The Demon Lord is the resurrected Meijin, Rim's twin sister. She explains the Colonian civilization created dungeons and guardians like Rim to manage the flow of magic throughout the planet, but when Rim met Kinji and abandoned her dungeon, Rizaha was able to mine all the way to the bottom and use the advanced technology of the Colonian city beneath it to take over the world. Meijin temporarily defeated Rizaha and became Demon Lord, but Rizaha has returned, having turned their corporate slaves into robots to defeat Meijin and turn the planet into a dystopia empty of biological life. Thus she offers Kinji a choice: return to Japan or go back in time and stop Rizaha in the past. Kinji chooses to go back in time, whereas a Rizaha employee Belza fines him 10 million gold for going missing for a month, forcing him, Rim, Rongda and Wannabe to move into Shia's flat, where Kinji explains his plan to get to the bottom of the dungeon and reach the Colonian city before Belza so he can capture their technology and take over the world first instead of Belza. Kinji learns the dungeon has become much more dangerous. Shia decides to put him through extreme training, during which he learns living beings can absorb natural mana and convert it into magic to boost physical abilities. Something he cannot do as he is from a world without mana. Kinji sees Rongda playing with a broken gun he brought from the future, but when Rem tries to eat it, the gun absorbs her mana and requests a password to activate, which Kinji accidentally gets right by jokingly suggesting the commonly used keyboard password QWERTY. Realizing he now has a powerful weapon to compensate his physical weakness, Kinji takes everyone back to the dungeon to catch up with Belza's adventurers. Kinji uses the gun to kill several monsters, but the battery drains quickly and begins to drain mana from the environment to recharge, including the magic fibers woven into their clothing, leaving everyone almost naked. After being punished by Shia, Kinji threatens to get rid of the gun, only to realize the gun has a stalker girlfriend personality and is forced to keep it when it threatens to self-destruct and kill everyone if he tries to get rid of it. They team up with other adventurers made naked by Kinji's pistol. Zombies attack and Kinji disappears, leaving his underpants as a clue. Rim follows the scent to a concealed room where the zombies are used as slave labor to brew potions illegally, kept hypnotized by an enchanted poster of workplace rules. Rongda smashes the poster, returning the zombies to normal. They follow Kinji's scent and find him tormenting an undead mage, who explains hundreds of years ago his reputation was ruined by a hero, so he was forced into dungeon mining until he died of exhaustion. He now haunts the dungeon and brainwashes adventurers to work themselves to death as revenge. Kinji reveals Rizaha's concept of corporate drones, causing the mage to pass to the afterlife as adventurers are already working themselves to death. Kinji meets a young struggling shop manager in the dungeon, Cindy, and makes her a deal: if he can fill her shop with paying customers, she will sell him her best dungeon equipment at a massive discount. As the potions made by the zombies have no actual effect, Kinji promotes them as a pre-battle nutrient drink for massive profit, but are soon shut down by Rizaha. Confident Cindy can now survive on her own. Kinji and the others set off to the next level. Rim dreams of a girl with horns. Kinji saves maintenance workers who explain the doors to the 5th and 3rd floors are both blocked, so they are now stuck on the 4th floor indefinitely, while Belza's bodyguards are now trapped on the 5th floor, which has only 2 powerful monsters guarding the door to the 6th floor. The Ant Queen arrives, having fled with her colony from earthquakes, and she has the Horned Girl, who turns out to be Meijin. Queen explains Meijin was born after Rim left the dungeon to be its new guardian, but now she is unwell, so the dungeon is more dangerous. Rim reacts unusually by hunting food for Meijin without eating any herself, but Meijin reacts violently, which upsets Rim. She explains to Kinji she feels guilty for defeating Meijin, causing Meijin to be too weak to manage the dungeon. Kinji and the others return the 4th floor's ecosystem to normal through forestry and animal husbandry, while Rim looks after Meijin. With the 4th floor back to normal, Meijin recovers and is given the name Sky by Rim. Sky suddenly falls seriously ill as the door to the 5th floor opens and the 2 monsters multiply into dozens and overwhelm the bodyguards. Kinji manages to save the bodyguards while Rim defeats the monsters. They locate floor 6, where Kinji reveals he secretly scouted ahead with his pistol, who gave him information on a magical artifact Kinji now claims for himself, giving him the power to command all dungeons. Leading an army of the monster guards above ground, he confronts Belza with enough jewels from the dungeon to clear his debts, that quits his job. Three months later, Kinji has turned the dungeon into a theme park with Ranga as his assistant and begins buying other abandoned dungeons. Using his powers, he is able to manage the dungeon's magic without Rim or Meijin, turning them back into profitable mines, run by the Ant Queen. Kinji crashes Rizaha's profits by flooding the market with cheap demonite and putting Cindy in charge of a magazine-based delivery service on adventuring equipment which, thanks to Wannabe performing demonite research, are cheaper and higher in quality than anything Rizaha sells. He also ends discrimination against demi-humans by employing them with the same rights as humans. Belza becomes an alcoholic and is tormented by Ranga, who, as her descendant, knows Belza's childhood history. Belza suddenly invents a plan to get revenge on Kinji using Shia. Kinji is arrested for crimes he committed before becoming rich, with Belza manipulating Shia into testifying against him. Portrayed as a potential threat to humanity, Kinji is tortured to extract a confession, but he resists. Shia visits and heals his wounds, having realized Belza manipulated her. The Ant Queen remembers Kinji wrote a manual for this kind of emergency. A month later Belza is made Rizaha's director, but is shocked when Kinji is suddenly released and made CEO. Wannabe reveals that following Kinji's manual, they purchased 40% of all Rizaha stocks and convinced the owners of another 15% to support them, giving them a majority ownership of Rizaha. Rizaha is absorbed into Kinji's company where he makes Belza work with Ranga to improve their family relationship. Despite his victory, Kinji finds he is unhappy. Concerned about his behavior, Ranga reveals that Kinji is from Japan and may be planning to return. Kinji confirms he was happier chasing a goal than he is now, when he has one, but instead of returning to Japan he plans to expand the company, take over dungeons in other countries and keep going until he controls the entire world. This is the end of the first season. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.